Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Stay firm. Sending that right foot back. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I am so very glad that you've decided to join me today. For today's practice, we are going to begin by finding a seat on our mats. Reaching the top of the spine, the top of the head tall to the ceiling. I'll take a few big breaths here. Taking large breaths in through the nose, fully filling the lungs. And then seeing if we can make our exhales twice as long as our inhales. Fully releasing the breath back out, allowing the body to soften and to relax before starting fresh with a new breath. Close the eyes if we want, or we can keep them pointed forward. We're going to drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Bringing the head through center, and then the right ear drops towards the right shoulder. Bringing the head tall again. We'll drop the chin to the chest. From here, we're going to find a little roll from side to side, keeping the chin down through center, rolling over to the shoulder. Rolling to the other shoulder, back and forth. And lifting the eyes, taking the spine tall again. We'll bring the arms out in front of the body, pressing the forearms together all the way up to the hands. With a big inhale, we'll take the arms apart to our cactus, lifting the chest, lifting the eyes. Exhale, bringing the arms into center. If you'd like, you can start to roll through the spine, bringing the elbows in towards the stomach, or we can just focus on the expansion across the chest, keeping the head level. Good, bringing the hands down. We'll take our pointer and middle finger to our chin, pressing the chin and the head back. So we're giving ourselves a couple extra chins here before dropping the head forward. Gently lifting the head again. We'll take the hands to the knees and find some seated cat-cows. With an in-breath, lifting the chest, lifting the eyes. Exhale, rolling in towards center, arching back through the spine. Lifting the spine tall again. We'll take one hand down to the mat beside us, taking the other arm up and over, and move back and forth, really reaching long with the extended arm. And back through center, taking the spine tall again. We'll take the arms back behind the body, fingertips point away, and we'll inchworm or wiggle worm the hands a little further back till we start to feel a little bit of a pull across the front of the shoulder blades. With a nice big inhale, we'll lift the chest, lift the eyes, and pull the shoulder blades in to kiss at the spine. Gently rolling the shoulders forward so we can take some weight out of the hands, bringing them around. Now we're going to bring the body around so that we're in a tabletop, pressing down through the fingertips. And we're going to barrel roll the chest, taking the chest out to the sides, down towards center, out to the other side, and up towards the ceiling. Big loops around. Now switching directions, looping around the other way. Coming back to center, pressing down into the hands, we're going to shift a little further forward. So we're stretching up the insides of the wrists. And coming back to a neutral. Taking the hands one step further out from the knees, tucking the toes under, sending the hips up and back behind down dog. Pedaling out through the legs. Now we're going to drop the heels over towards our right side. So we're finding a little bit of a C shape to the spine and a little bit of a twist. And from here, we're going to find a side plank. So we can press into the right arm, taking the left arm up. Or we can drop the right leg into center before taking the left arm up. Finding a variation that feels right to you and your body today. Holding here. Continuing to take those nice big breaths in. And even bigger breaths back out. Circling the left arm around, sending the hips up and back to our down dog. Wiggling out some more. And we'll drop both heels to the left side, finding that C shape to the spine. And then again, finding our side plank option to drop the left leg down. Bringing the right hand around, hips go up and back, down dog. And now shifting forward to our center plank, pressing through the fingertips. We're gonna chaturanga to the floor. This can be done with both knees on the mat or knees lifted. Softening the chest and the tops of the feet to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Barely any weight in the hands. Softening the chest. Sending the hips up and back behind, down dog. We'll extend the left leg behind and then bring it up to the hands. Dropping the right knee down. We'll plant the right hand beside that left foot, taking the left arm up, getting a little bit of a twist. Bringing the left hand down to the inside of our left leg for our lizard pose. So we can walk that foot to the outer edge of the mat. We can gently let the knee roll away from the body, or we can take the foot up towards the top of the mat, but softening the hips forward. Imagining lengthening long all the way from the right knee across the hips to the top of the head, reaching out in front of the body. Shifting the hips back a little so we can walk that foot back to a comfortable spot. And then the left hand will come beside that left foot with an inhale, taking the right arm up and lifting the body so we're rotated open towards the right side of our mat. Circling the arms and the hips forward for a low lunge. And framing out the left foot, tucking the right toes under, sending the left leg back, plank pose. Shifting forward, chaturanga to lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Sending the hips up and back, down dog. Lengthening through the right leg before sending it up to the hands. Dropping the left knee down and bringing the left hand beside the right foot. Inhale, right arm reaches tall. Exhale, bringing the right hand around lizard pose. And extending long through the crown of the head, lifting the chest. Shifting the hips back so we can walk that foot back into a comfy spot. Bringing the right hand down beside the foot. Inhale, taking the left arm up. Lifting the body so we're facing the left side of the mat. Taking both arms and hips forward. And framing out the right foot. Tucking the toes. Sending that foot back. Plank pose. Dropping the knees to the mat, pulling the elbows in towards the rib cage, and we're going to soften forward, lift back up. 2 more like this. Doing little tricep push-ups. 1 more. Back up, and then we can lower the rest of the way down to our mats. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, soften. Pressing up to our knees. Tabletop pose. Engaging through the core. And we're going to find some figure 8s. So looping up past the hands, coming across center, sending the hips back towards the heels and around. Finding some large looping 8 shapes. Switching directions, looping around the other way. Coming back up, and we're going to find a puppy pose. So we're going to keep the tailbone pointed up to the ceiling, walking the hands out a little further away from the knees, and then focus on sending the chest down towards the floor. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can find the same kind of movement in a wide-legged child's pose, focusing on bringing the chest down towards the floor. And then we'll slide our way forward, dropping the hips to the mat and finding a Sphinx pose. So pressing down through the hip points and through the tops of the feet, as well as the forearms and the fingertips. Lifting tall through the top of the head and taking the eyes forward. Sliding the hands into the body, and we're going to press up to a push-up. For our plank pose. Dropping the knees to the mat, and we'll walk the hands with us into the body. Sitting tall on the legs here, stretching out the fronts of the knees and up the quads, If this is uncomfortable, you can tuck the toes under and it'll give you a little bit more space across the front of the knees. We'll take a few big breaths here. Closing the eyes. And thank yourself for coming to your mat today. For taking this time out of your busy day to reset, to move, maybe to sweat, and to breathe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love and light. Namaste.